day, Rusk enjoys. Captain Rex, it's time for the Rust rotation. Which rotated very, very early. Whoops. So last night, I did the abnormal barders, and I sat here pretty confidently, sitting here and saying, I bet it probably rotates around the usual time of about 8 PM UK time. Nope. It happened at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 hours earlier. Whoops. So, okay, then fair enough. I'm sitting here looking at the skins 6 hours later, and you know what? It's not too bad. You got a pretty interesting, diverse batch of skins. Although I should say, only one deployable this week. Of course, it'd have to be an electric furnace, a pirate electric furnace, so that's looking pretty interesting. But another thing I should point out, 2 pump shotguns. This is something I've seen over the past few months. It's a pattern I've noticed. So what I'm going to point out and sit here and say is, next week or the week after that, don't be surprised if we potentially have 2 electric furnaces in the same store, all right? So we've got the 2 pump shotguns now, that of course being the focused item of the month, but now we should expect potentially 2 electric furnaces, and of course, so many more electric furnaces in the future regardless. It's a brand new Skinnable, and that was quite the discussion last night when we looked at the previous week's skins. So I'm just going to quickly talk about last night. We had quite the discussion in regards to that neon electric furnace. We questioned, could we actually see a collection continuation? Would the neon blue electric furnace be accepted? So after much discussion, I decided I didn't really want to buy anything from that Rust store. Consider watching the abnormal barders video right there to see how we broke it all down. Realise there's going to be more problems than potential positives, blah, blah, blah. But there's one notable problem that we found out last night. Have you seen the Steam Market beta? Yes, I have to talk about that right now because, well, what better time to talk about it? You've turned up, you wanted to see all the brand new skins, but now I have to warn you about approaching them with buy orders. So as I hop over to here, what's this? Well, it's pretty much the same thing as usual. What you're looking at are all the skins on the Steam Market, Rust Steam Market, based on popularity. The skins that have sold the most in the past hour, or rather, the previous hour. So, okay, I mean, that's cool. But if you don't want to look at this, if you preferred the way it was before, can you not see the Exit Market Beta button right here? Click that. Oh, look, there you go. Now, by default, it will send you to the main Steam Market page. If I had to go back here now and then just refresh, it will send you back to normal, okay? So I know some people got a little bit confused. They didn't know how to get out of it. There's literally a button that says to exit it. And if I want to go back to it, see that? View Community Market Beta, click that, and voila, there you go. And again, if I exit, it'll send me back to the Steam Market. And I've got to go back here and refresh. I know it's silly, I know. But at least you are aware. So what was the big problem? So, of course, last night we did barders. There's a problem when you try and do a barder through the brand new, shiny, interesting looking design that we see now. So, with the brand new beta version, when you go ahead to do a buy order, let's say you only want to offer like 0.8 or rather 80 cents for a skin, right? Well, last night, someone with euros, they only wanted to offer 90 cents for a skin, and it doesn't recognize commas. In Europe, the way they do their denominations, their numbers, officially they use the comma instead of the decimal point, the dot. So someone did that. He offered 90 cents, but it didn't recognize it, so he accidentally bought a bunch of skins for €9 each. That's more than $10 each. So I must warn you, if you're going to do barders in a brand new skin, right, don't do it through here, just out of precaution. Exit the market beta and just do it through here instead, like the way it was. So you can still see the way it was before, and if I wanted to return to it, like we just saw a second ago, I'd just click enter the beta. You see it right there. Just warning you, don't do barders through here for now. I'm pretty sure it will be fixed, because again, that's like the official way Europe has their numbers. That's going to be a big problem for a lot of people in the future. I'm pretty sure Valve will fix it eventually, okay? Now, looking at Rust skins in general, this doesn't really change anything, okay? All Rust skins are commodities. They don't have like super specific, details, like as you'll see with Counter-Strike skins, for example. There's battle scarred, well-worn, field-tested, minimal wear, factory new, and there's the float system. They have grades, they have the float system, you get the idea. This is the only thing that's going to benefit from this, really. Of course, Valve games and, well, Valve platforms, so not too hard to comprehend, but Rust skins are basically unaffected, so at least we are aware of that. Now, if I go to refresh this after I exited the market beta, so again, it'll send you over to here. I go backspace, I refresh, and then boom, we're back to here. If you've had issues with your extensions, such as you can see, Steam Inventory Helper, yeah, you have to go out of the beta just to be able to use your extensions again. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out as well. Right, so if I could also just show one very interesting feature. You might have put down a barter on a skin ages ago, and you probably completely forgot what you even offered. One interesting thing is that with old barters, it actually remembers the original amount you requested. Not price, I'm referencing the quantity. So, as you can see here, the whiteout hoodie, this came out years ago. Now, I remember way back when, I mean, that sold a little bit too much. It did like over 70,000 subscribers. So I imagined that the price would suffer, and it did for a while. But did I actually manage to buy 70 at around 90 cents each? No, I didn't, but I did buy 22. Because when I look at the beta, it actually tells me how much I have left with my quantity. So that's just an interesting little thing. No, I did not sell these for $20 each. I probably sold about 20 of them for about $1 profit. Cool. So, yeah, I thought I should show this off in the Rust rotation video because it gets more viewers. So at least you are aware, if you're going to do barders, exit out, backspace, refresh, look at the skin then. That's if you care about doing barders and brand new skins. Understood? And again, it might be older skins that you might want to approach right now. Same still applies. So just that precaution. And if you are going to do barders through here, make sure you use the dot if you're going to do like less than $1 or whatever. Or like let's say if you did $1.5, you don't want to use a comma. No. You don't want to accidentally buy things for $15 each. That's an example. So yes, big warning. Cool. Right then, so let's now go over to here and point out which of these skins are and are not abnormal. And well, let's just quickly go ahead and point out, when you look at SCMM.app, if you just look for this tag here, marketable next rotation, that quite literally points out that that skin is not abnormal. So as you might notice, everything else here, well, they don't have that tag. All 8 of these skins right here, they are abnormal. And then this Oil King Pump Shotgun, this Primal Salvaged Axe, both of these are not abnormal. If I go to Rust Help, as you can see over here, it quite literally has an abnormal tag. But as you'll notice over here, these 2 skins, they don't have the abnormal tag. Very easy to notice. So of course, I can confirm to you, this Oil King Pump Shotgun, there is no link prepared. It's not abnormal. And in comparison with the Heatseeker Pump Shotgun, oh look, it has a prepared link. Yeah, that's abnormal. So, alright then, cool. At least we are fully well aware. So, overall, in regards to skin acceptances today, it looks like we only have one late pick, and everything else seems to be a typical pick, except the Heatseeker Pump Shotgun. That is the only early pick for this week. So, okay, no complaints. How about we hop in game, give these skins a good look, and you can tell me which one happens to be most favourite. So, I apologise if I kind of dragged on too long talking about the brand new Steam Market Beta, but I just wanted to make sure everybody's fully well aware. Try and avoid doing barders if you're on the actual brand new beta version. You don't accidentally want to lose about $100 or euros or pounds, whatever your currency is. You don't want to lose a lot of it just because it doesn't recognise a comma instead of a dot. Now, by the way, oh wow, what do we have here? Oh, Rust skins, yeah, that's it. We're here to have Rust skins, and what do we have? It's the second ever electric furnace. It is part of the Pirate Collection. It is very interesting. X marks the spot. We have the Pirate Electric Furnace right here on display, with its eerie, spooky white glow. Yes. Now, I will sit here and say this. I certainly do hope the skin creators try again with their regular furnace. That was submitted a long time ago. They made like a ghost ship design for the naval update. Wasn't accepted, unfortunately. But if I were to do a short video, I have to showcase it with this because I want people to see that again. That was a very cool looking design. So yeah, get a look at this at night time with the lights on nearby. Can confirm to you with all the recent electric furnaces, I've noticed they don't really reflect that much. Like, what is there to really look at? They all look the same at night time. So, well, we'll go ahead and look at this. In total darkness. And as you'll notice, it glows quite nicely. An interesting approach. by all means, go ahead, buy one, and make your base nice and spooky. But keep an eye out. Maybe we could see the regular furnace also being resubmitted to the Rust Workshop. I might quite literally have to ask the skin creator for that, because I liked it. And I'm sure you'll like this too. Hold on a second, let me just cut in. I made a mistake. We did get the Pirate Furnace accepted. In fact, way before the Naval Update. What I was remembering was the skin made by Mr. Fresh, the Pirate Spirit Furnace. You might recall, I grabbed all the furnaces that were prepared for the Naval Update, and I made a big fuss about this. This is what I was thinking of. Yes, it's a pirate skin, but it's not part of the pirate collection. This man, he's stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So, yep, let's hop back. So, jump in. But do be aware, there will be a lot more electric furnaces on the horizon. This month and in the future, Twitch drops, Kick drops, it's inevitable. So, couldn't hurt just to buy one. Right, so, aside from that, that's the only deplorable. Let's go ahead and start yapping about clothing and armour. And oh my, what's that? Is that a shiny pair of tactical gloves? Yes, indeed it is. Look at that. We got ourselves some tempered tactical gloves. Well, that's looking quite shiny. That's looking quite impressive. How many tactical gloves have we had so far this year? Well, that would be more of a discussion for the predictions video. You know, sitting here and trying to figure out could they work out nicely as investments. Regardless, Hedge, they do look very, very nice. Look at that. Look at that. So opinions, please. Feel free to comment below. Do you like what you see? Now, you also might notice, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, yes, we've got the naval camo backpack. Now, don't worry, I'll turn around in a second so we can look at this the other way around. But, yeah, they're very nice navy blue, looking ever so exquisite. I'm sure the collection's going to be greatly appreciating that. And to be honest with you, I really wouldn't be surprised if we see some naval camo tactical gloves at some point in the future. A jacket? What else would be nice? To be honest with you, what would also be nice in regards to the tempered collection? What could you think of? Because isn't it like a fully complete set by now? At least it doesn't glow in the dark. So yeah, as you'll notice, neither the gloves or the backpack happen to glow in the dark. So, how about we now go ahead and do a 180. Magic! Yes, I've magically turned around. Wow. So, yeah, it's a perfectly fine looking backpack. As I said, a lovely addition for that collection. But what could we see being made next? Is that the first ever blue design we've ever seen for a backpack? I think it is. I might be wrong. Comment below if I'm wrong. I should have double checked beforehand. But yep, that's looking fine. So, alright. Two perfectly fine, interesting looking collection continuations. How about we go ahead and showcase the tier 3 next? And what do we have here? Well, brand new skin creator. Congratulations to Van. His Psycho tier 3 has been accepted. $2 a piece. What could we expect next? But yeah, it is pretty psycho. All the scratched in artwork. Where did he get that red paint from? Well, all rusted, all crazy. A perfectly fine looking theme. What's your opinion? Well, some of you might be sitting there and saying, couldn't we have seen some other collection continuation? No! You get Psycho. $2 a piece, and it could be the beginning of a brand new collection. Although you might recall we did see that Acid Arachnid set. We did see the Wasteland Recruit set not too long ago. We didn't see sequels for that. I would like to see, sets being completed. So, Van, congratulations. Keep up the good work. I assure you, there will be people looking forward to some hoodie and pants and some tier 2. But pace yourself. Take your time. Make sure you get some ever so cool looking pieces of art made. Yes. The skins are art. Alright, anyway, come on. Let's go over here. Nighttime look. Get a good look at the reflection. You can see like where it's rusted and whatnot and where it doesn't really reflect that much. That's cool. Yep, I'm not opposed to that. And I certainly wouldn't be opposed to potentially seeing a lot more of this. So, keep an eye out. Brand new skin creator. A brand new person to start following. What will they make next? Would you prefer clothing and armor? Would you like to see them go ahead and make some deployables? Some weapons and tools? Feel free to comment below. Right then. That's all the clothing and the armor. Now we've got quite a lot of weapons and tools to showcase to you. Alright. Here we have the Primal Salvaged Axe. An interesting transparent design. A very interesting primitive approach. So, alright, cool. Another Salvaged Axe is accepted. It's not the brand new Skinnable anymore. But considering that, you know what? Let's also bring this up. There was a rule set in place last month when this was the brand new Skinnable. Facepunch did not want to see skin creators also submitting ice picks with it. So I'm sure you're fully well aware we have stone tools, we have regular tools, and, well, we also happen to have salvage tools now. Both of them are skinnable. Ice pick, salvaged axe. So, considering it's now, like, no longer the brand new skinnable, wouldn't you have liked to have seen a primal salvaged ice pick today? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people probably would be approving of that. So, how about from here and now, maybe we should start seeing skin creators being able to submit both the tools at the same time, and hopefully we also see both of them being accepted in Rust stores from here and now. I think people might like that. Also, by the way, have you seen the prices of the ice picks? Like last year, it was the focused item of the month. We saw a lot of them, and initially they went down in price. Have you seen them now? Well, that might be a discussion for the predictions video. We're here to take a look at this. So, cool. Where did it go? So, of course, I'd just like to confirm it doesn't really, like, reflect that much. No nightlight or whatever. It doesn't glow in the dark. Very easy to notice. So, alright, cool. Let's go over to here then. How do you look in the lighting over here? And, well, to be honest with you, not exactly super shiny, not super reflective. I guess that makes sense considering, of course, you know, it's a primal skin. It's a primitive skin. To be honest with you, I really would like to see a tool set of this. I would like to see the ice pick. I certainly would like to see a hammer. What about a jackhammer? How would that work? Well, with an elaborate use of string, rope, and a hamster, I think we could make a jackhammer work. Algorithm, it's in your hands. I'm sure it could make it work. Anyway, that's a perfectly fine looking skin. But what's your opinion? Feel free to comment below. And how about we go ahead and start talking about this interesting looking bow skin. Oh, yes. Right. I'd just like to immediately point out, yep, it's another transparent bow. Look at that. In fact, look at this. Right, see? It's so powerful, when I shoot that tree over there, it disappears. Wow, I completely destroyed it. I'm joking, it's just me being able to delete things. Look at this as well, I can do that. So yeah, just want to make sure I was just joking. Don't worry, the trees will grow back. Look above. Another transparent bow. Last year, we had a notable Black Ops bow. Sold quite a lot. And then it ended up becoming a very interesting investment. It rose up in price a lot. So when we recently saw the Hellcore bow and the Eye of Sahara bow, we started questioning, oh, would they also work out as nice investments? That would be a big discussion in regards to the predictions video, because of course I'm only here to showcase the bow. But I can sit here and say, I know for a fact a lot of people have been appreciating the Redemption weapon skins for the past couple of years. They've been rising up in price ever so nice. So, what's your thoughts and opinions when you see this bow skin right here? Well, immediately I point out, no glow and, well, no nightlight. But when I go over to here and I inspect it, well, that looks nice and shiny. Oh, yes. So, let's just strike a pose and look pretty. That's a very nice looking bow. It is another Redemption weapon skin. I don't blame you if you're going to want to buy it. But consider watching the predictions video, because I'm probably going to be talking quite a lot about the Redemption weapon skins in general. If they've worked out very nicely very recently, surely this could as well. So yeah, is that your new go-to bow skin? Feel free to comment below. Now, let's move on and showcase the pump shotguns. Alright. Starting off with the pump shotguns, I have the Oil King. A $2 skin. I guess you might say that's fairly reasonably priced. What do you mean? Well, We'll bring that up in a second. But yep, this is a sequel to the AK-47 we saw being accepted a good month or so ago. It is a perfectly fine, grounded approach. A very nice looking pump shotgun indeed. Now, of course, when I aim down, got the interesting hazard symbol right there. I shoot the sky. Oh, I should have known there was trouble. I've got a hazard symbol. Right, anyway. Sorry. Nighttime look. Does it stand out? Can I see the yellow? I can vaguely see the yellow there. So, night light, not exactly the best, but I can vaguely see it. So, alright, fair enough then. So, yeah, what's your opinion based on what we're looking at right here? Do you prefer a more grounded approach, or do you prefer a much more, like, colourful, interesting, intricate design? There's a lot of opinions. Lots of people always sitting there and saying, like, oh, that doesn't look like a Rust skin and whatnot. I mean, last week we had, like, the Popstar pump shotgun. It did become the highest ever selling pump shotgun skin we've ever seen, so, you know, just saying. So, yeah, let's just get up nice and close. Get a good look at that. You know what, if anything, I should have gone ahead and posed this side. Whoopsie, there you go. Right, that's a little bit better. We get to see quite a lot more of it. $2. Are you impressed? Do you like what you see? Because, of course, we do happen to have another pump shotgun, which might cost almost twice the price of this one. So, yeah. I've been trying my best to distinguish both of them. Like, I respect it for what it is. It doesn't want to be super flashy. It doesn't want to be, like, ridiculous with its design. But now we're going to go ahead and whip out Heatseeker. So, the Heatseeker pump shotgun, yeah, it's a very nice looking design. Heatseeker Summer might be back. Well, what weapon skins would you like to see being made after this? Feel free to comment below, but yeah. We did see the SKS being accepted not too long ago. We have seen the pump shotgun right here being accepted. And hang on a minute, does it have transparency? Let's compare to this. Did you get like a nail file and file this down a little bit more? It's got a little bit more transparency. Was that wholly necessary, Mr. Vase? Well, it's a very nice looking skin, so... Okay. Well, one thing I'm fully well aware of. In the past, Heatseeker skins have stood out quite nicely at night time. Can we see this perfectly fine? Well, I can tell you this. I can see the tiger design. I can vaguely see it. So, not as easy to see compared to other skins. Maybe your opinion might be different, but I can just about vaguely see it. So, alright, cool. Understood. So, yeah. What's your opinion? $3.49. But then again, if you remember the prices we saw the previous Heatseeker skins last year, it's not that crazy. So, let's go over to here. Let's get a good look at you. Nice and shiny. We've got a bit of a green hue as well. You only really noticed that during the day. So, first of all, let me just do the same thing I did a second ago where I looked at it from this way. Let's get up nice and close. Did you notice the green hue there? There you go. But, yeah, no, a very interesting, colourful design. It was very, very appreciated last year when it was Heatseeker Summer 2025. But could we have the return of the king? That's not a lion, Hedge, it's a tiger. Shh. Shh. Let's just roll with it. Anyway, what weapon skin would you like to see being made next? Could we end up seeing Anioka? I don't know. I do recall there's an M249. I do recall there was a crossbow. There's even some hoodie and pants. But what would you absolutely crave and yearn to see? Personally, I reckon the skin crates could probably go ahead and start doing some deplorables. I reckon that would be a pretty cool idea. But that's up to them. Right. So, feel free to comment below your opinion. And now, let's go ahead and showcase the AK-47. Let's peer over to here and oh my. Tribal Alloy AK-47. An interesting, shiny, metallic design. Maybe this could turn into a brand new weapon collection yet. Even the monument is quite surprised with what they're looking at. It might even scream in a second again. Sorry about that. But anyway, so basically, second best selling skin so far, 6 hours in. I'm not too surprised. That's a pretty cool looking approach. You can offer your opinion. You can comment below. But I will sit here and say this. Yes, Monument. I was just about to say it. A very useful red aim sight in the jungle for sure. It doesn't have any transparency or anything, but I know for a fact in this kind of environment, it's going to be very, very, very useful. But, you know, is it very, very useful for your eyes as you look at it? Oh, well, look at that. Is it very, very useful at night time? So, I can vaguely see the aim sight, but I don't see it very easily. Alright, fair enough then. Well, at the very least, can I add some bullets? I could probably shoot dome from here. Let's pretend I did. Wow, I'm amazing. Anyway, so yep, that's a perfectly fine looking AK. As it look at night time with the lights on nearby. Oh, let's go over to here. Give it a nice little look. Oh, glossy, metallic, shiny. Oh then, it's a very standout, interesting looking approach. What weapon skin would you like to see being made next? As I said, it could be the beginnings of a brand new weapon collection. Keep an eye on the Rust Workshop. Let's see what gets made next. And that's it for all the skins this week, so let's wrap up the video. And just to confirm, every single skin had a positive upvote to downvote ratio in terms of upvotes and downvotes that you see in the Rust Workshop. You can see all of this on micro522.com. Look in the accepted section. This takes a snapshot of all the skins the very second that they've been accepted into the Rust Star. So, of course, if you were to look at them now, they might have more upvotes, more downvotes, but this is a snapshot of the very second that Rust Star rotated, all right? So, I know a lot of people might ask, do votes matter whether a skin gets accepted? No. As you notice over here, the Oil King Pump Shotgun, in total, it only had 20 votes. And one of the pieces for the Psycho Tier 3, it only had 19 votes. Technically speaking, you could add up both of them and whatnot. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just basically up to Face Punch. They'll look at the skins, and they'll just sit there and say if they like it or not. There's no themes, there's no means to realise what they want. They just look at the skins and say, all right, we'll take that. That's it. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, it's a mystery to us. Now, if I could also sit here and say, in regards to the player count today, we peaked at just under 150,000. I'm very much under the impression that May 2026 might have an average player count below 100,000. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm very much under the impression right now all the students around the world are having their exams. So they have to study, you see. They actually have to study. They can't play Rust. But starting next month, in most of the world, I guess the summer begins, so yeah, maybe we'll start seeing a lot more people playing. And, well, if you care about Ruskin investments, you might notice prices might be improving even better. We'll see. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in the predictions video. Cool. So, keep an eye on the commits. Brand new things being talked about. Hack Week has been going on. We've been seeing some very interesting things being mentioned. If you look at Mr. Protox on Twitter, he has been highlighting a lot of things. And, yes, I'm sure many of you are fully well aware. We have seen brand new player customization. I haven't looked at myself just yet, but you might be getting a makeover later this year. But further on later this year, we should be able to customize our own characters. Now, how wacky and how silly is it going to be? We'll see. I wonder if we're going to be limited to how many changes we can make, like, every month. That might be a thing. We'll see how it goes. Anyway. So apartment complex monument still being worked on. Some brand new LED buttons being mentioned. Just to quickly point out, what's Hack Week? Hack Week is when the everyone working at Face Punch has the free time to work on a project of their own to do with Rust. Like, they might have a job assigned to them to work on, but now they might have an idea for Rust and they'll just test it out. They'll work on something. So, yeah, we've seen many interesting things being added to Rust recently that originally started off as a Hack Week idea. Chickens, for example. Bit wacky, but I don't think anyone's complaining about them. So, you know, that's just one of the many things that originally started off as a Hack Week idea. So, look, uh-oh. A drone that explodes. Uh-oh. So, yes, we've got that type of drone being worked on. Maybe that eventually gets added, we'll see, but it's the beginnings of an idea. So you're not going to see this being added next month, for example. That might not happen ever. Like, they maybe will turn around and say, we don't like it. or maybe they really happen to like it and it probably get added like in about 2 or 3 months' time. We'll see how it goes. So voice moderation, hanging ivy, decorative plants, hack week. You know, you got lots of things being mentioned here. Keep an eye on the commits. You'll never know what you might see, and you never know. If they do get added, maybe certain skins might rise up in value. Ooh, but again, that's for predictions. So, cool. That's pretty much everything that needs to be said. And I did reference a little bit earlier, we didn't actually see that many early picks this week. So, of course, I'm sure you're fully well aware, I'm always looking at the new skins being submitted to the Rust Workshop. The majority of skins were submitted, not this past weekend, but the week before. So you'll see a lot of ticks right now, as you'll see lots of green little ticks pointing out that, yep, this skin was accepted, this skin was accepted, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea, but only one for the past week. So, by all means, chances are, a lot of the skins that are mentioned in this video very likely could be appearing in next week's Rust store. I'm just going to point that out. So if you'd like to consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks for May 12, 2026, all the collection continuations are listed like here. Yeah, that's up to you. And that should be a wrap. That should be everything. So thank you very much for watching the video. We'll see if the skins sell nicely. Keep an eye out for the predictions video. And we'll see what potentially gets submitted this weekend. Keep an eye on the Rust Workshop. And, of course, you know, keep an eye out for the brand new Rust Workshop skin checks for May 12, 2026. No, May 19. It's a week later. Whoops.